look for the common points with other side, with the US, with Europe, with Japan. Because we believe, yes, we have US-China relations. In that kind of relationship, we have differences. But we have also common ground, common interests. From Deng Xiaoping to Hu Jintao, all of them, they said, look, our common interests outweigh by far our differences. I think this is the right approach. If we focus on the differences, so we will end up in conflict or in war. But instead, if we will focus on common ground, we keep working to strengthen our common interests. The common interests will serve as foundation of our relationship. When the foundation is growing stronger and stronger, and we will be in a better position to deal with our differences. Cheng mentioned a few crises we went through. Embassy bombing, EP3, and 1989, and also, some other thing. Why we survived to this crisis? What brought us to the solution? I think the most important thing is the common interests. We realize, should we fail to reach an agreement, our common interests will suffer. So that led us to look for common ground for sort of compromise.
Well, the real challenge for China is to change that slogan to real value. And whether really Chinese believe that the universal value and the shared dream and not today's progress at tomorrow's expense, China's progress at someone else's expense, and the one group's development, richness at someone else, disparity, and etc. So that's a real challenge for China. And at the moment, the demand for political change is still quite weak. But the time will come. I strongly believe that with this kind of really, fascinating changes, rise of middle class, commercialization of media, rise of NGOs, a very close contact with outside world, and would have a strong impact. And but of course, nothing is inevitable. And so we need to promote this kind of value. Chinese like to talk about the concept of soft power. But in reality, it's about value, how you present yourself. I think China still has much to do, right? There's some real problem, and they need to fix. But at the same time, there's also some misunderstanding. But I'm afraid that the probably Chinese leaders and some public intellectuals are only think that some technical things rather than really make a solid progress.
Thank you. I'm being asked to stop, but I'm going to ask one more question because I think it's discreet. This is primarily for Ambassador Wu. It says that the 2010 Shanghai Expo presently doesn't include a U.S. Participation in pavilion, although 180 countries are participating and 55 have pavilions. Will this matter to U.S.-China relations?
I hope that the U.S. will have its pavilion in Shanghai Expo, because I used to be the president of the International Bureau of Exhibition. This is an intergovernmental body. Unlike IOC, International Olympic Committee, this is an NGO. So BIE is responsible for organizing Expo. And in the past, U.S. used to have a large number of expos, fairs in U.S., altogether 13 expos in U.S. And I hope maybe up till now not yet realized, because short of the funding, and the U.S. government and some business community, they are working very hard to get the money needed. Such a big country, if you don't have a U.S. pavilion in Shanghai Expo for such an important theme, better city, better life. It's a very important theme for China and for the world. I think that will be a big loss for U.S. the Chinese visitors, I believe, they look forward to U.S. pavilion. They are looking for some new ideas, how to urbanize the country in a way which is good for the people. A better city, better life. In the final analysis, a good city means good life for the people. If people don't feel good in that city, that means urbanization is nonsense. So I hope that the U.S. will fund money to make the pavilion. Otherwise, because the Shanghai Expo is milestone in the Expo movement. Expo movement was born 1851, and up till now, all the fairs, expos, were held in the developed countries, not in the first time in the developing country. If should U.S. miss this milestone, that would, very, very, very much regrettable. I hope that won't happen. U.S. will have its U.S. pavilion in Shanghai.
Well, I hope the committee urges the United States and its representatives to get involved and participate in the expo. Please join me in thanking Ambassador Wu Jianmin and Professor Cheng Li. Thank you very much.
谢谢，这个你这个有些观点。